Okay, part two. I just came back out. God, there's a line in there a mile long. They got two people ringing up. They've got two cashiers working and they're ringing people up. But for some reason, that line is insane. And when I see that the line is like that and I see that it's not moving, I get a lot more picky as to what I want to buy. And I went through that whole store and I didn't see anything I wanted bad enough to wait in that long line to get. So I didn't get anything. Came out of there empty-handed. Well, I got lucky. I went to a different Goodwill a couple days ago, and they had just brought out these 2 racks of clothes, and on one of them was this Nike velour tracksuit. It was from like 2000. It was a sort of a lavender color, and I snatched that bad boy up. I put it on eBay. Those things bring you a little bit of money. I used to sell. I sold on eBay for over 20 years. I still do it some. I don't do it anywhere near as much as I used to. I used to do it I used to sell quite a bit of stuff on there, but I don't spend as much time on it anymore. But I still do it to kind of keep my hand at it, so I can still do it and keep up with the changes and everything, because it changes from time to time how you list things and sell things. So I like to list some things occasionally just to stay in practice. I do want to apologize for that last video. I didn't mean to get all upset. I don't want to be like a Debbie Downer. But one thing I've learned is that people are flawed. We're all flawed. We're all screwed up. Nobody's perfect. And when you're a parent, you are going to do the wrong thing sometimes. You're going to make mistakes. God knows I have. You're going to say things and do things that you shouldn't, and you're going to have regrets. There're going to be things that you regret. And you have to try to learn from that, and don't be afraid to apologize to your children, because they need to hear it. When you do something or say something that you shouldn't, you need to go to them and say, hey, I am really sorry for that, and I'm going to do my best to make sure that never happens again. And I have done that with both of my children on more than one occasion. But I do want to let you know, if you don't have a perfect relationship with your parents, you are not alone. And I know sometimes on these holidays you can feel like you're the only one who doesn't have that Hallmark movie perfect relationship with their mom or their dad or whoever. You're not. Lots of us have shitty relationships with our parents. You may not hear it because most people will not talk about it out loud, because there's a certain level of shame there. But I just wanted to let you know, I'm not ashamed to say it. I don't have a relationship with her. And it's not from a lack of trying. I'm 48 and a half. I've spent all my life trying to have a relationship with her, and it's just not there. It's just never going to happen. So that doesn't mean that there's something wrong with you. What you do, here's how I've chosen to look at it. With both of my parents, there's good and bad as far as like my relationships with them, because my relationship with my dad has not been perfect either. That's a story for a whole other day. I could do a whole series of videos on that. You don't know the half of it. That will be, I don't feel like talking about it at this point. But look at it, especially if you ever have children, well, you learn what not to do. Sometimes your parents can serve as an example, and sometimes they serve as a warning of what not to do, what not to be for your children. Take the good and the bad, because the good things you learn from them are just as important as the bad things that you learn from them, the things to not do. You can look at them and go, I will not, if I ever have kids, I'm not going to do these things, because it was wrong, it was bad, it was toxic, and I'm not going to do it. I've done that with my own children. I can look at both of my parents and say, yeah, that's not going to happen in my house. You're not going to see that or hear that in my house. You will not, because it's wrong. It's fucked up. You're not going to hear it or see it or whatever. No. So I learned that. You take the good and the bad from the people in your life, and you use it to live a better life yourself and for your children and your partners, your significant other, your friends, your family, whoever. You can provide a better life for everyone around you from the lessons that you learned from your parents, the good lessons and the bad. Because no parent is perfect. Every parent screws up. And if you have kids, you're going to screw up too. Oh, trust me. Before I had kids, I will never do this. I will always do that. No, you won't. You will not. You will not do it. You will screw up. You can read all the books, attend all the classes you want to after you have children. You are never fully prepared for being a parent. You never are. You have to learn on the job, and it's hard. It's hard. There are going to be surprises. Overall, it was the best thing I ever did. And this is coming from someone who, up until the age of 30, never wanted to have children. I said I was never having children. No, don't want kids. No, thank you. I had never been around children. My older son was the second baby I ever held in my life. I had held one other baby, and it was my best friend who had a baby at 16, and I went to see her, and she hands me this baby, and I held it for a second like it had like leprosy or something. I'm like, take it back. I don't know how to hold this thing. She had to show me how to hold it. Like, I feel weird holding this. Please take it back. Thank you. I've never babysat. I knew nothing about babies. My husband at the time had to show me how to change diapers. I didn't know how to do it. I didn't know how to do anything. I mean, you can read books and stuff and understand the basics, but until you have to do it yourself, it's, but you learn very quickly. You learn fast. And my pediatrician the pediatrician I had for my kids was awesome. She was so laid back. She was kind of like a hippie, like she always wore the tie-dye, and, she was very laid back with her little Birkenstocks, and she said, look, you show me a mom, show me two moms, show me one that has no experience and one that's had plenty of experience. 6 weeks from now, you won't be able to tell the difference. You will learn what you need to learn very fast. Don't worry about it. Don't sweat it. Because I told her, I don't know how to change diapers. She said, you're fine. It's fine. You'll get used to it. It's okay. So anyway, it's big old fat raindrops falling. A little bit of stinging rain. Big old fat rain. Rain that blew in sideways. God almighty. Big old angry rain. The sky is spitting at me. Ah! Holy moly. There's lightning. Lightning. Ah! Why am I making a video? You can't hear me. Yes. Stop it. Maybe it'll quit in a minute. Like that time my dad and me, when I was about 10, we were taking a ride on his motorcycle, and it was a day like this, and it started raining just a little bit. And he goes, it's just a little spring shower. It'll stop in a minute. No, it just kept raining harder and harder the further we went. We got to our destination. We looked like drowned rats. We were wringing wet. We were sopping wet. Lord have mercy. That was funny. So, yeah. I just wanted to say those two things. Don't feel bad if you're not the only one. If you don't have a good relationship with your mom and Mother's Day coming up, hey, you've at least got me. I can tell you hey, you're not alone, because I'm right there with you. And if you have kids, you can, it just completely stopped raining. The road is dry here. It is totally dry. I don't need to be over here. Yeah, and take what you learn and use it to be a better parent to your own children, or just to be a better person in general. I mean, I don't know. And some people out there really do have great parents. They really do. And my parents, I think my parents did the best they could. I mean, I've learned a lot. I've done a lot of thinking and ruminating on both of my parents over the last couple of years, and thinking about what their childhoods were like, what what their parents were like. And neither one of them, my grandparents were good people, but they were not very attentive or doting parents. They really were not. So my parents didn't have much to go on when it came to being parents. I think they did the best they could. I really think they did the best they could. I don't think they mean any harm. I think they just did the best they could do. I don't know. I don't have any ill will towards my parents. But yeah, do I want to be around somebody that doesn't want to be around me? No. I don't go out of my way to be around somebody that doesn't care to see me or talk to me. Don't feel bad about that. You do what you have to do for your own mental health. And if there are family members that tut your decision to not be around that person, well, that's just their opinion. And they're free to have they're welcome to have their opinion. They're entitled to that. That doesn't mean you should change your mind and live your life in an unhealthy way just to make somebody else happy. I've spent enough time in my life doing that, living an unhealthy life to make other people happy, and I'm not going to do it anymore. Just to appease someone else? No. Not anymore. And that's fine. If some family members don't approve, well, that's fine too. They have the right to feel however they want to feel. I'm going to Lidl right now. I need to get some pizzas. They brought back the pepperoni pizzas that my son likes. I don't know how long they're going to have them, but at least, well, I was up there like a week ago and they had them. I'm going to go see if they still have them, and if they do, I'm going to pick up a couple more. So, because my son and his friend had one for lunch today, and my older son had one for lunch as well. So I have a very tiny freezer and I can't fit much in it. So I could only put like 4 pizzas in there at a time. So I'm going to go pick up 2 or 3 more and put them in there. So other than that, I plan to go home and play Wordscapes. I'm in first place for my tournament, but somebody is hard and fast on my heels, and I got to get home and get back at it, or I'm going to lose my first place spot. Not that it matters. I do have a bit of a competitive streak, and the person following me is named Harold, and I've been watching Harold all weekend like, fuck you, Harold, you're not going to win. I'm going to win. You're not going to get these points I am. Kiss my ass, Harold. I'm going to stay in first place. I don't give a damn. I've had Harold chasing me all weekend. So, screw Harold. I'm going to get first place tonight. The tournament ends at 11 o'clock tonight, and I'm going to be in first place, and Harold can just kiss my butt because he's not going to win. He can be happy with second place. That's how I see it. So yeah. Sometimes in order to live a healthy life, you have to speak up for yourself. And that's one thing I've had to learn to do that I was not able to do as a child. I have had to learn to find my voice and speak up and say no sometimes. No. You need to see your mom. No, I don't. I actually don't. You need to make amends with your mom. There's nothing there to fix. She does not give a shit about me. And that's it. That's all there is to say about it. So we don't all live in this Pollyanna world with cupcakes and rainbows where you can hug it out and everything's fine. It's not always like that. So if you have that kind of a relationship with anyone significant in your life, I hear you. I'm here. I'm right there with you. And we'll get through this. I mean, if Mother's Day is going to be hard for you for any reason, take it easy on yourself that day. Do whatever you need to do to get through that day and maybe find a moment to enjoy it. Make the most of it. I'm not getting out while it's raining. I'm going to wait for it to stop. It's crowded. Wow. Why are there so many people here? I hope it's raining at my house because my grass needs it. And right as I get here, it starts raining harder. So, damn. It's actually kind of nice. I can lay my seat back and go to sleep. I like it. But yeah, do whatever you need to do to make it a good day for you. Lord have mercy, I'm not... Okay. Ew. I don't want to get out in that. Well, I think it's going to slack up a little bit. I mean, the sky looks like it's getting lighter, so I'm not getting out in this. I don't even have an umbrella in the car. And to me, umbrellas just make things worse. Like, because yeah, it'll keep you dry when you go where you're going, but then you're stuck with a dripping wet umbrella that you have to do something with. I need one of those upside down umbrellas that folds up. I hear they're better, but I don't know. So yeah, I'm just going in to get a few pizzas. They, I don't know. I'm still an Aldi person. I prefer Aldi to Lidl. I come here for these pizzas, and that's about it. I'm not a big fan of Aldi's frozen pizzas. I mean, I've tried every single one they have, and they're just not that good. I mean, they're okay, but they're not. I wouldn't ride two on a mule to go get one. I mean, they're not that good. The Mama Kotze's pizzas, nah, I don't really like them. But this frozen pizza, this self-rising pizza they have here at Lidl, best frozen pizza I ever had in my life. Hell, it's better than a lot of fresh pizzas I've had, like in restaurants. No shit, it's good. Everything about it is perfect. The bread, the sauce, the cheese, everything about it is perfect. It's so good. It's unbelievably good. So that's the only thing I'm here for. So I guess I'm going to just sit here for a little bit and wait for it to calm down. I think it's going to calm down in a minute. Yeah, so I just wanted to come back one more time. I had time to walk around inside a Goodwill and think, well, you didn't have to be a damn drama queen about your mom. I felt bad about it. Like, it's not something I sit around crying about. I've spent the last 2 years trying to sort out my feelings about her and her feelings about me, and just trying to come to terms with a lot of stuff about her. I still get emotional when I talk about it, but that is the most polite car alarm I've ever heard. Like, excuse me, excuse me, excuse me. Mine gets angry when mine gets set. I was like, Lord, my car's rude. So, yeah, I get a little emotional sometimes when I talk about it, but I guess it's because I don't talk about it out loud all that much. But I want to let you know, if you don't have a great relationship with your mom, you are not the only one. Trust me, there are lots of people out there who do not have an ideal relationship with their mom. It is not uncommon, sadly. I wish it was uncommon, but it's not. So don't feel alone, because you're definitely not. And I hope you have a great day. Go ahead and start thinking about something you can do on Mother's Day. Something fun, even if it's just going to get an ice cream cone. Just think of something neat that you can go do that will make you feel good. Something that would make you happy. Like, you could go take a walk, or I don't know, go get a basketball and go shoot some hoops or whatever. I mean, I used to love doing that. I haven't done that in a long time. I was pretty good at it too. I never played basketball on a team or anything, but I think if I ever had, I think I would have done all right. That has nothing to do with why do I just say this random shit? Stuff comes into my mind and it just comes out. I don't know. Anyway, yeah, find something fun that you can do that day, even if it's just a little thing. You know, spend the afternoon reading a good book or something, or go see a movie. Do something fun. Don't feel bad. Don't feel guilty. Don't feel shame. Just go enjoy your day. Do whatever you got to do to have a good day. So, with that, I'm going into Lidl because it stopped. So I'm going to get in there while it stopped. So I'm going to go get my pizzas. Thank you so much again for being here. I hope you have a fantastic Sunday, and I will see you again soon.